come. I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child. There is God. Oh.
Hello there.
Hello, Maigo.
Hello, sir. Thanks so much for your patience, by the way. I mean, your call came in when I was about to go and pour the tea bar. Thanks so much for it. So who is on the line, by the way? Yeah, it's all right.
It's Biodun calling from Nashville, Tennessee. How are you, sir?
Say that again. Biodun from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Amazing. How are you, sir?
Yes, thank you. I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
I am very well, and thanks for asking.
Well, thank you so much for the good job.
Thank you.
We'll continue thanking you. And I pray Almighty God pay you back with your good work.
Amen. Oh.
We really want to thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of me and my family, we thank you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much.
And I want to talk about all these people that are that people for Igbala.
So,
because I work with Igbala, because the people move, don't go. Well, tọ́lọ́ bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìyá lọ́lọ́run kọ́ mọ́ wọn, wọ́n á jẹ́, wọ́n á yó, wọ́n á transfer sí generation tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tiwọn. Torí kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run dá yà mọ́.
I bet kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run fi tọ́lọ́run kọ́ yà mọ́.
Kò sẹ́ni tọ́lọ́run kọ́ yà mọ́. So we are telling them this is how things supposed to be. If they have a good reason to reason like a normal person, but you can't find people that are just nothing but oppressor. They have a good health care. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe ń rìn ọ̀nà tó ń rìn ọ̀nà táwa ò lè rìn. Àwọn ọmọ ọmọ ṣe ń rìn tó máa gbọ̀nà ẹ̀ kọjá. Tó ń lè afford láti rìn. Wọ́n ń jẹun tó dáa síkùn wọn lásìkò tó yẹ kán jẹ. Àwọn tí ò wá láǹfààní àti ṣe wọ́n ń jẹ belebele tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn. Wọ́n ń ṣe àwọn lókàn. Ìyàlọ́ ajẹ́ òbí tọrọ èdè dúró ń sìn. Bàbá gbóyán ní ewé bá a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní èpò ẹ̀pà tó máa yó
ni.
So when we tell them, if they don't listen, it's for their own good. Just like you said the other day on your program, we don't have to help them no more. The only thing we have to help them to build in Nigeria, so to my check brain one, are they okay or not?
So that we can then know how to actually handle them. So
that we don't know how to handle them.
When they don't have any correct brain, you know.
Exactly. Because when we say things, it's just a common thing. They can see. They can feel it.
They can see, they can feel.
So, What then yeah, long come my journey show.
So thank you so much, Baba.
Because I can't believe some people are still out there clamoring for these people.
Yeah.
And these people are just sitting down somewhere. Am I worried? Being about today or my 42,000 but I campaign.
Yes.
Well, so by paying in yellow man survive on my more crew because they put themselves in that poverty. On a normal day, if there's a work, the system is working. Good healthcare, you don't have to go to anywhere to campaign for anybody to get money.
Exactly, yeah.
There will be security.
So if you go out there to go and join
only in Nigeria, no monetize. Only Nigeria no cannot monetize the election.
Yeah.
No any same country. No any same country you'll be walking around volunteering in whatever level campaign. If you wish to go out there and campaign for whoever you need to campaign for.
But poverty, they've already weaponized poverty. So people will have
to
chase their money. No matter what, they will go.
Just like we said, I won't want to keep much of your time. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you so much for your good work.
Thank you very much.
We can only do if you go out the Larry one no. And so by my ball, and so by that ball. Ja feel it. Ori o ma Ọlọ́run ma ṣe wọ́n ládọ́lọ́run mọ́tò torí wọ́n àmọ́ bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe lọ́rùn. Àwọn bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe lọ́rùn tẹ́ kán jayé yẹn ń bì báyìí. Kó tẹ́ wọn kán jẹ́ kó tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn kán rí ọ̀nà tó dáa ń pọ̀ ọ̀nà rẹ̀ ọ̀nà tó dáa rẹ̀. Kán lọ sí hospital kan ipò hospital lórí báyìí. Wọ́n kọ̀ wọn ọ̀gbọ́. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ á fi wọ́n lẹ̀.
Aṣojú wa.
Aṣojú wa. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.
And you too, sir. You have a good one. And my regards to the family as well. So you have another person on the line. Hello there. Or do I? Oh, sorry, I lost him. I think I got him back. Hello.
Mayegun Baba.
Hey, Ahmed. Nnamdi.
Lafiya kalau ya kake?
Ya lao ya de. Lafiya lao.
Lafiya kalau ya gida.
Alhamdulillah.
Yawa. Allah ya bada sa.
Mandala. Thank you. So
no vex, so you hear train sound from I dey close to my workplace. So
it's a huge
train sound. Yeah.
So we are actually stealing some of the time that are being paid for by another government. So well, fair enough. Ahmed, let's be brief so that I know. I mean, some people are paying for this. They are paying for this hour.
No, my place. My place now free. Can you go see? You sure, man.
So I don't want us to move
I'm more. But I'm sure. Only text from Mojoko.
Yeah.
There is a real line that passes through.
So we're gonna be hearing constant.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us a heads up in that regard. So Ahmed, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. I listened to the video of that man that spoke in Hausa. So Molipe, they tagged me say, that time
they're expecting you to come and interpret. It's actually a long video. Then at a point I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna be torturing people here if I just keep playing it.
The thing, in summary, what the man was saying is this. He said, he is an APC member, so he said, he said they in the APC, they've already told people that people from the north, they have suffered a lot under APC. So they told them that APC will not sell, most especially in Kanu State where they have Konkosu. But he didn't make mention of Konkosu. But you already know that Konkosu, Kanu is for Konkosu. Nobody. I'm telling you, nobody will send you to my back Konkosu. Kanu.
I said
so what he was trying to
with Buhari raising the hand of Gandola in 2019. They have to do a rerun election.
Do you know that? Yes, they rigged. They had to rig that Kanu election because Ganduje never won.
I know.
The election was a election too.
Yeah, that's
Ganduje. He no win. You understand? So waiting in the talk for there to say, I want to soften APC, but APC will go. So, what you want is what you want for now. And when you suffer a lot, they've gone through a lot, and people will not vote them. And he made mention of people like Fashola. He said there are some projects that happened to just say, oh yeah, completely from, I think it's Abuja to Kanu road, all those rail lines, all those works. You know, now Fashola ministry say they no complete that.
Yeah.
Who be Fashola? Fashola na Tinubu boy. In talk say they suffer, we then suffer for Obasanjo hand. Where we say Olomba on she, see Obasanjo wa law, see good luck, you are what I want to suffer. But he no made mention of go in just jump. Say the same suffer we then suffer for Obasanjo and now continuous is Tinubu come to some northerners. Now waiting that they still be that. Say if Tinubu come, now waiting Obasanjo do remain for them for not. Now they could suffer. And you know, to we when we say na Yoruba, we they look see this like Obasanjo, most of these people from the north benefit more from this government. That is how we used to see it. And they from the north, they used to look at it that like the southerners benefit more from the government.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But that is the masses thinking, you know, the way the masses think from the south and the way the masses think from the north.
So no wonder they were crying and screaming that they want Buhari is their turn. They want Buhari because according to them, it will give them an opportunity to have more access to that resource than the south. I see.
Yes. But Nkota will understand to just up to tomorrow, these people, most of the northerners, they still live in delusion. You understand? Not like we from the south that we are awakened.
Yeah, we have accepted our own fate. Like, this is what is going on. So you can't deceive us.
And we are not. Yes, and we are not talking about their election. Some parts from the south are saying Biafra, some are saying Yoruba nation. But from the north, all they are thinking is they are still looking forward to one president that will come and change everything. Just like they have some deluded idiots from the south that are still thinking that there is someone that is going to come be the president and is going to change something. Just one day. Which
I mean,
they don't
somebody asked
understand.
Atiku, somebody asked Atiku this question at Arewa House, okay?
He
said, these days, what we hear is Yoruba nation, Biafra nation. But what happened to them, the Arewans? If at the end of the day, in this future Nigeria, they don't know what is coming, right? What is the future for them in this Nigeria that they already have Biafra nation, Yoruba nation down south? Where is our own place? He said, as an Hausa man, as a northerner, where is my place in the future of Nigeria that I'm seeing? So they are seeing the picture, you said.
You see, what is happening right now is that Tinubu himself does not know that they are setting him up. If Tinubu becomes the president, he is going to be answerable to the north. He cannot do anything on his own. He is going to be answerable to the north. Definitely.
And he will need to prove his loyalty to them as well.
He will need to prove his loyalty. But do you know that the north, they still see Tinubu like Tinubu is not even Muslim enough because his wife is a Christian. So he's not even Muslim enough.
Ahmed? Do you want to tell me something I heard?
Yeah.
Before December, do you know what they are actually, the major thing that they believe that Tinubu did to them, that they won't forget? And now, despite the fact that he's been Buhari's friend for so long, and they've been saying Jagaban, do you know that they are now bringing back the videos of the OPC versus Hausas in Lagos of 2001, 2002? Do you know they are bringing that back now? They are now bringing back families of those who died, those who lost this and that, their properties and all that. I'm talking about, this is not social media stuff. I'm talking about members of APC who are prominent.
Of course.
They are bringing them back now and said,
Mayegun, you play the video of this animal, Madi Shehu. You see that that conference, I believe now I go call and wait down. That meeting alone, Mayegun, if you know how many brain in don't enter, if you know how many people in don't convince with those things we don't talk alone, forget Maegun. Even if Tinubu wins, Tinubu will not be ruling. I'm telling you this 100%.
So it's just going to be like Jonathan. He will always have to prove his loyalty. He would always have to prove that he has nothing against them. And they will continue to suspect him. Every of his move will be suspected against them. They will say something is happening. It's going to be against us. So why do people really want to suffer that, Ahmed? I mean, that's the question I do ask myself. After this whole thing, I'm like, why do you really want to suffer that when we can break it up and make it easier for all of us?
I won't worry. All those worries, if you see them in Lagos, all those worries from South, hey, our local. And you local, only buruku local you. Ọlọ́run olórí burúkú òun ló kàn yín kò sí nǹkan tó kàn yín ju orí burúkú lọ òfò ló kàn yín ẹ fẹ́ ṣòfò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yẹn torí ẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà pé kófò wá bá yín òfò jókòó jẹ́jẹ́ ẹ̀ ń pòfò kófò wá bá yín ṣé ẹ rí pé ayé yín ti ta you don't even know you don't understand these people you don't understand how they play their own politics but all you want is let Tinubu be president ìyà tó máa jẹ yín ẹ jẹ ìyà ẹ jẹ̀wé yá. Wetin Buhari do now?
So
wetin Buhari do? Wetin you see, Mayegun? Wetin Buhari do people? Wallahi, if Tinubu come, nǹkan tó máa ṣe, ó máa worse because you already have a Boko Haram sympathizer close to him.
Exactly.
Someone that say restructuring my food. Soft landing for anything he wants to do. Tinubu has something good. He has good intention, which he doesn't have. Let's say he has good intention. With that kind of idiot, if you don't see his face, you don't already. You are
talking about this guy. Let me show you something. Right. I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, let me show you something. Do you remember somehow? Do you remember this particular moment on your screen? I mean, don't say anything yet, okay? Just listen and watch your screen if you can see it, okay? Just a moment.
Oh yeah.
Shitty man and this man and the story that happened after that.
Our grandfather, they know some women will divide. Sorry, how can I say you back? I lie thank you, sir. God bless you.
You know what they said that happened to that guy, Ahmed?
Yeah.
You remember his story?
I'm listening.
You remember the story of that guy I just shown now? Did you see him?
Oh yeah.
That's the guy who owned an Igbo man who owned a filling station in Borno when Shittiman was governor. The man, from the report, got killed just a few months after that video. Before 2019, the guy got killed. I mean, he exposed the guy and he didn't last. Go on.
You see, well, they don't understand. They don't understand. You see, sometimes if I feel like, oh, no just the prayer. I'll come think and say, come, which prayer again? I never turn like those people who say, no, just pray. No be prayer. Let's continue pushing this message until enter their head. No, they push this message because people don't know the danger they are running into.
No idea.
They don't know the danger they are running into.
It is
but,
well.
No, Allah. And Ade Williams. They come. I see one comment. Ade Williams say, Ahmed na illusion. Then they call him. No be Ade Williams. No be Tulenchi. I no be Tulenchi. No be English. Abiru. Abego. Omo you. Bani me. Molete.
You know,
Tulenchi no be my father language.
You get sometimes.
If I call him delusion. You shall get to at the top. Illusion, I be delusion, I be solution. Go shall get there.
That's all that matters. Stay safe, enjoy today. Thank you very much. So, let me take another call. Here we go. Hello there. Do I have a new caller? Hello.
Yeah, one name.
One name. Osita.
Wonderful.
It's been a long time. Do you know something, Osita?
Yeah.
I have somebody that actually talks like you. His name is Ken. Ken sometimes confuses me for you. I mean, I actually confuses Ken for you.
And I think there's a new Osita too on the block.
There is also another Osita. This time around, I am kind of, swimming in the pool of Ositas. And I know everybody is listening to me. They would have to pardon me if you have somebody who has to deal with triplets. In this case, you have something similar, right? And that's the voice, the tone. And I'm glad you haven't changed your own profile picture. So it's easier for me to say Osita, and you will say, yeah, one name.
Yeah, one name.
Thank you so much for joining me.
I've been away because I've been really, really busy, but I've been watching.
Have you? And how are you?
Yeah. So, as regards to what the last gentleman, I really appreciate that guy. At least through him, we'll understand the minds of the Northerners.
To some extent.
But I keep saying all these things. Even if you bring, who is the most, let's say you bring Obama to Nigeria to rule Nigeria as it is right now, with the shamble of constitution that Nigeria has, that degree called constitution, that is called constitution, that called constitution.
To give you a better talking point, let's show the context of what you are telling people. The Constitution of Nigeria, that is the genesis of all of this, what is going on that Osita is referring to. You can't do anything successfully having to operate under this kind of book. Osita, you have a minute or two, so relax. Let's show that to them. 1999 Constitution, ladies and gentlemen.
Ten things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, this 1999 Constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient, over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
Osita.
Yeah.
How are you?
Now, we have seen it.
So when you said no matter who they brings in to come and do anything, they will do nada because of that book. I decided to give you those talking points there. Go on.
Absolutely undisputed nada. Let me say it clearly here. The most evil man, I do not know if there's a word like that, the most evil man that is presently living in Nigeria today is Abdul Salami Abubakar.
Yes.
He goes about saying that he is making peace, but yet he has not made peace with himself. He is yet to make peace with himself because of this jargon. I remember Chief Eleni those days, he would say it's jagbajanti, bag of baggage. The jargons that he brought, that is the Nigerian constitution, that is what is keeping us where we are at this point.
It is.
Let's take away the issue of Boko Haram and every other thing. Economic-wise, we will still not improve. We will not improve.
No.
So what does this give to us? What it gives to us is the ability to break away. That is the only advantage. It opened our eyes. People that have eyes that decide to see. There are some people who have eyes they never want to see, but there are some people who have eyes they decide want to see.
Yoruba calls those eyes Ojuma Kolugi. That is just ordinary eyes, just because you don't want to be blind. Because they have the eyes just to see, so that they don't sort of run into the pole. That's just an ordinary eye. So Yoruba said that.
That's just an ordinary eye. What we call it in Igbo language is Anyi Kwipi.
Right.
Now, no matter how big the eyes of the owl is at night, I mean, he cannot see during the daytime.
During the day.
His daytime, he will never see.
He would never see anything.
So, what I am trying to say here is, I want people to look at it. Every time you have election, time memorial in Nigeria, the Southern candidates are always making a hell lot of noise.
Yes.
And you would think that they would just win. But at the end of the day, what happens to them? If I say this thing, I was saying this thing, and somebody said, Biola won. I asked the person, that election was bound to fail, was bound to annul. Why? Because if you are wise enough, you should look at who was running against Abiola from the north. That man was nobody.
Absolute.
Osman Tofa was nobody.
I mean, not somebody in the caliber of a presidential candidate
somebody in the caliber
against
of the
MKO, we should all admit.
And against, he was nobody.
It was like MKO was set to win, but he would never be president.
Yes, it was a setup for him. Yeah, it was a setup for him. So sometimes people will just say, oh, Tinubu will win, Obi will win, this other person will win, whatever who is there. But I'm telling you, somebody said, oh, electoral reform. I said, electoral reform, all those things are written on paper.
I mean, now today we see reforms. No be people will carry out the reform are actually going to say, well, no be when they carry out the reform. Now today we read about reform and all that. Now today.
It's easy to promulgate, but the enforcement is what is the problem. So, like somebody will say that not be to give monkey cup, not be the problem, not to collect the cup from monkey.
That is the problem.
So we keep deceiving ourselves, thinking that, oh, Nigerians, we are no longer illiterate. We are wise.
We are so wise. We don't go agree. But they are not. You're not wise. If you are doing same thing again and again, you know.
Yeah, that you have computer, you will collect the result. And I'm looking at people and I'm laughing.
Collect results.
And I'm looking at people and I'm laughing.
They will transmit results.
So, yeah, they will transmit it. I said, do you know the computer that we use? That it is somebody that is operating that computer that is loading the information that we read.
And when they realize later, Osita, they will come and shout, say, man, this country is so corrupt. This country can never work again. I'm so surprised. Why are you surprised? Are you serious?
So even people who are jumping around about Tinubu thinking that, don't worry, like you said, by December, the whole thing will fall into place. The way
then we go no say what go up. Sister, me I don't talk my own. It doesn't mean that I'm an expert, too, but I'm talking from experience. A lot of us are talking from experience.
How they want it to be. And they will tell you that it is a game of numbers. But I always tell people, I will always welcome you back to my own shrine. When you come back and tell me that, oh, those things that I said were truth. Because, you know, the Nigeria, the indigenous people that live abroad, that believes in Nigeria, they are more dangerous than those ones that live in Nigeria.
People still don't know that.
Because they believe in oppression. If they bring in their $1,000, they will have 750,000 naira.
You get.
So they are more dangerous. So when you are talking to them, believe me, they size you up in everything, and God help you. Or devil help them. And they found out that, oh, since I'm doing well than this other person, this person that is talking.
Yeah.
They will tell them that, they tell you that I've been here for a couple of years. I own this, I know how it works. So,
and they will never be comfortable if they have to end up in Nigeria that we are looking at this one that is coming. Like they will become, if they found themselves in there, they are going to be the ingredients of that.
It is those people, and it's those people, my brother, you find out. Every 3-4 months, they want to go to Nigeria. They want to go and oppress people back home. They don't even have anything they are doing.
Or if they don't make it back, or if they escape not making it back, if they manage to escape a situation where they would probably never have to make it back, then they will probably know what we have been talking about. That you are not spared, though. Even your money from wherever you're living, you are not spared. You are not safe.
So on the last note,
yes, Asita.
The nation, the contraption called Nigeria. The government of that nation, the nation contraction, they have a way of surprising everybody at their own given time.
It is just their business.
Come by December. Come by December, they will give us that surprising. But it's not going to be surprising to me or to other people who have the same kind of mind that I have.
Now, you know what I said? Osita, don't forget what we said. We said, if the obedient, if they push and become stronger as they are wishing to be by December, we can begin to put together every other thing we know that are likely going to happen at that point. Because at that point, you can then say it's this 3-course race. Now, if you have to kick these people out, you have to do it better than the way you normally do it. The way I'm twisting the APC, PDP will do. You have to do more, or else it is the catalyst to what is going to happen. But with what I have been told, if they make it to that December, anything they tell you after December, the obedient, after December, you should believe them all. That is if they make it that far and they are still far. Believe them all.
Believe me, my brother, I do not have doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
That maybe...
Not that they are going to really win as they are looking at.
No, what I'm saying is that...
That's a bigger one. Go on.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is that I have no doubt in my mind if they are going to push. But the truth is that the end will justify the means.
Absolutely. So that's what will make them feel like, should we take this and disband, or we should push back and just fight it now? Like I said, December will tell. If you know what they get in stock for them, if they hold on till December, I go tell you, say, Baba, go get ready. The revolution is here.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that what I know that is going to happen.
Yep.
They will push further and further. But I am telling you, this evil will not give up.
Of course.
The evil will not want to be defeated. But that particular struggle, what we are looking for, we that is on the fence looking at them now, what we are looking for, that their particular action will spark up what we are looking for.
That is going to be beyond what we expect as well. Okay.
Yeah, from 2023, you will see. You made mention of something that somebody asked Atiku. I watched that particular video.
Yes. Was asking
Atiku that question. The whole southern part of Nigeria, the Igbos and the Yoruba.
Yes.
They've established their own nation.
Yes.
Either anybody likes it or not. Now, the Northerners are asking questions. You will have to ask a question before you start taking an action. Believe me, they're asking a question.
No, the question is, they're asking him. They were asking Atiku in particular. Can he promise them that Nigeria is still going to exist? And in that Nigeria that will exist, they will have a future there. Because as Northerners, they are concerned when they look around and see Biafra nation here, Yoruba nation there, and all these things, even if their government tell them to ignore them, they don't matter. Forget about them. There's nothing like that. They are not stupid.
You remember,
they are not stupid.
Remember his comment? You remember his comment?
Yeah.
I mean, his answer to that question.
Yeah.
He said in the contraption today, I don't want to be calling it Nigeria, in the contraption today.
Right.
He said that it is only the Northerners that are discussing Nigeria.
Yes, they are the ones who really discuss Nigeria and all that. Yeah, he said that. Go on.
Yes. These other two people, they are no longer discussing Nigeria. That is the reason I said a question has arisen.
Yes.
Years back, this question arose in the southern part of Nigeria. And that first question has been answered. Now, the question is on their own court right now.
It's now on their own lips. And they want their leaders to answer them. So the pressure must continue then, Osita. We must continue the pressure until their leaders will eventually tell them that, listen, we have been lying to you. There's no time it's not going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. And then, we'll get our answer. Osita, you and I, it shows that we've not spoken for a long time. So thank you for stopping by tonight, okay?
All right.
Stay safe, Baba, and I'll see you some other time. That's Osita, one of the veterans on Mayegun's Diary Politico tonight. So again, to my viewers, if you are still there, right, good enough, we have nearly 1,000 members of the Temple of Truth who have dropped their offerings on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can do same. Like the video, share it. Listen, if you have just 100 people, 200 people, 500, 600, whatever number you see on Facebook, do not worry yourself. Facebook has deliberately reduced my viewers on Facebook by over 96%. Barely 2% of you are going to receive a notification that my ego is live. That's why I encourage you to join me on my YouTube. Whatever goes on there, they use with it to put on. They not just limit me in any way. So, thank you. Hello there.
Hey, my good general.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm very well. I mean, it's been a long night, I would say. Thank you for asking, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just want to say one thing on this, your caption today, on this Nnamdi Kanu. This by the way.
We started from there. And I don't know if you watched that part as well, but I mean, I would love to listen to you. Go on.
No, I didn't. But
you missed that. It was the longest part. I actually spent my time.
Yeah,
and maybe after this podcast, you should watch. Go on, sir. Anyway.
And I trust your judgment on issues like this. Without watching, I can say what you're able to, do concerning issues like this. So
thank you.
So I can trust you on this kind of thing.
I mean, I have heard that they will say, like, Mayegun, listen, if I don't really watch much of it and I see the caption, I know what you're capable of doing. So, of course, I heard that. So go on. I will listen to you now. Go on.
Yeah, you see, I would rather be surprised if the man in Asorok and those that are around him will obey the call. I would rather be surprised. So I'm not surprised that they would disobey. Honestly, I must be honest with you. I was not expecting them to obey the call.
So you would have been so surprised if they released him, because to you it would have been like, it's like they are changing. These people have changed.
Honestly,
that would have been a situation.
If they have done it, I would have been surprised.
That would have been your own surprise. Like, wow, they released him.
Yeah,
that's shocking. That's the first time. Right?
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised. Some time ago, I've forgotten the exact time. If you recall, this man that is in Asorok Buhari is by name. Some time ago, during MBA conference,
right,
he made a very, very funny statement. And Nigerians being who the system have made them to be, even the so-called learned.
He said it in the presence of the lawyers, legal luminaries, and people who have participated in the constitution writing in Nigeria. I actually wanted to say what he said, but yeah, go on.
When you say lawyers, it's just like a little bit belittling that noble profession. In legal profession, there is how we say these things. You have classes from when you remove the bench, which are judges and all the magistrates and all that. Then the rest are bar. Under that umbrella of bar, you have what is called inner benchers. That is the senior lawyers, advocates, people that have really lasted in that profession. And these are the kind of people that were seated there. And somebody made a very, very outrageous statement. And what was that statement? He said he will not put rule of law over national security. And any reasonable person that really, really wants to uphold the rule of law will, from that point,
it's a red flag.
From that point, say no. That
like somebody should have probably stood up there, a senior lawyer, and said, Mr. President, there's something I actually want to say, just for the sake of our listeners. We are lawyers, we read law, we interpret it and do all that in the courtroom and all that. You see, rule of law itself, if it's followed, there will be national security that is well protected. I mean, rule of law will protect your national security if you do things right, right? So you cannot suspend rule of law.
So much.
You cannot suspend rule of law because of national security. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
There is nothing like national security.
But they clapped for him. They did.
That is what I'm telling you. When you say national security, you're talking about
there's nothing like national security without rule of law.
We are all illiterate. What is national security? You can't have security when you don't have rule of law.
No,
rule of law is about security. So when you talk of national security, the catalyst that catalyzes that security is rule of law. That's
lay
why
down rules and laws, principles and guidelines to be followed. You're right.
When you don't obey laws, what will you have?
Chaos.
Anarchy. Lawlessness. So when somebody that says he's a president will stand before the whole world, and before that kind of noble, the people that's supposed to be the people that should call this man to order and make such statements, and people just laugh over it, and every day they bring some zombies as lawyers in all the media stations, and they start analyzing it. That is when you see that the system has actually failed completely. That is one. Number two, I want you to help me look into if, the other time the courts gave their judgment.
Yes.
I mean, Court of Appeal, Abuja. The next day or 2 days later, we heard that their Security Council sat over that judgment.
Yes, that's true.
Now, please, I want to rephrase that particular body because for me, that action alone suggests that their name is supposed to be security. They're supposed to be, they say they are National Security Council. It's supposed to be National Insecurity Council because their action tantamount to insecurity,
to additional and then aggravating the insecurity in Nigeria all of their action have been towards aggravating insecurity. I think you are right. So it can be called national insecurity. Go on.
You are very good at giving them good names. Please help me add this one to your lexicon.
Right.
They should be called
the National
Insecurity Council. Because they are the ones sponsoring insecurity by supporting illegality that will
further fuel chaos and anarchy.
So they shouldn't be called National Security Council. They should be called National Insecurity Council because they oversee insecurity.
Yes. Bolu, there is somebody who is the class captain of the Temple of Truth. There are two. Bolu Princess. They should put that in the book right now. We will call them, and I will be referring to them in every of my presentation as a National Insecurity Council. The NICO of Nigeria. National Insecurity Council. NICO. Go on, Baba. I'm following you.
Yeah, that's what they are. Because when you listen to their deliberations, this is not the first time I have carefully watched them. But this one gave me conviction that they are actually
not for
National
I know
Insecurity Council.
Do you know something, right? Do you know something? When I was presenting that part for why they are still keeping Nnamdi Kanu, despite the fact that they have a chance out of 7 years, Nnamdi Kanu has been in their custody for nearly 4 years of 7 years. And all this period, they couldn't present anything against him in their own court, to the point that now they are scrambling for evidence and the rest of that. So Buhari is not interested in peace in Eastern Nigeria. They hold him to increase the insecurity there. And holding him will continue to keep the insecurity there. So that actually that aligns with what you just said now, sir. National Insecurity Council. Go on.
Look, I don't really want to say things because everybody's saying it. I like to say things because there is reason to say.
At least.
That is what they are. National Insecurity Council. Don't forget that their so-called National Insecurity Council, they deliberated over the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who is now a metaphor for not just Igbo people. Whether the riverine brothers accept it or not, he is a metaphor to almost the indigenous people in Nigeria
today.
And you are deciding his issue. There is no single Igbo man in that
Security Council. No.
And you want to talk about peace. Now listen, let me conclude with this.
Yes.
You see, let me give you a little analogy in 2 minutes.
Please.
From the Bible, what is playing out. The other time I told you that Buhari was sent for a purpose. Let me buttress it a little bit with Nnamdi Kanu case.
But go on, yeah? Go on, please.
It's for God to liberate the Israelites from Egypt. God did something very, very interesting. And if you put it in this Nnamdi Kanu situation, you will see what I'm saying. You know what God did that touched me whenever I read that portion of the Bible? God told Moses before he went to Pharaoh, he told him, you know what? I will harden his heart. I will. God, this is God talking of. God wants to deliver the Israelites. And for God to deal with the Pharaoh, God himself hardened his heart that he didn't see reason. All the things that happened, he didn't see reason. He didn't see reason to let go. Because why? Nigeria is marked for disintegration, whether anybody like it or not. So many things will happen. Just the more they delay the disintegration. This is just like nothing. I'm telling you what is going on in Nigeria.
It's actually not nothing, right? Usually they say if you find yourself in a hole, the ideal thing to do is to stop digging. But you did say something earlier that if we have to use what do you call it? The spiritual theory in a way, we can say maybe Buhari is fulfilling a purpose. Because if you look at the genesis of his contact with Nnamdi Kanu, from how it all started, you realize that there was actually no reason, no reason at all for them to do what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu, what they have done to the Biafrans. And 7 years after that, 7 years after that, all that plan has come to nothing. I mean, like,
Buhari,
go on.
Nnamdi Kanu have already started the struggle and we are getting momentum. But yes. Buhari was instrumental to iconize him to become a global figure.
So talking about purpose, that is Buhari serving a purpose, even as much as he's shown so much hatred to the people of Igbo land, but has he helped to advance the cause of Biafra than what you can ever imagine? I mean, if he left Nnamdi Kanu to be on his own, yes, we've seen the damages he's caused, we've seen the blood they've taken, but talking about purpose, he probably just served that purpose to make sure that the whole world begin to talk about Biafra again. And this time around, it's a serious one.
He has, because even though the so-called political elite and all the so-called elders in Igbo land are still praying to the gallery because of their obi, they don't want to come out. I'm telling you, all of them, Buhari have made them to begin to have that kind of
second thought,
even if they are still shaking back. But now, he has made it clearer that even though they don't want to identify completely with Nnamdi Kanu, but my brother, forget it. Every Igbo man, whether for even Hope or them, is a complete Biafra.
I mean, why won't they?
I'm an Igbo man.
If not for what Nigeria is offering them or giving to them, why would anybody actually deny Biafra? Like, for real, let's be real.
So
like, why would anybody deny who they are? For real.
So that is what I want to tell you, my brother. He is really working out a purpose. Okay, do you know why I say that? Imagine a situation. Who has never made an appeal to this Buhari of a person?
On behalf of Kanu. Almost everybody. And he said, let the court settle it. Court has settled it.
And the court have not settled it yet. He said no. So you see that God is actually working out something. And that thing, I am praying that all of us will be alive.
All of us go see
it. And it's coming very soon.
Make I take another one. You and I always spend a lot of time talking anyway, but I enjoy that too, okay? Thank you so much, okay?
Thank you,
let me take another one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. I have another caller on the line.
Hi, Michael.
Sir?
How are you, Michael?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. How are you, sir?
This is Kenneth from Maryland.
I've got Kenneth from Maryland. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm very well. It's been a long night. I mean, like I said before, so you're just making the night more kind of interesting, I would say. So thank you. And you're alive as well. Yes. Everybody can hear you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're so well.
So I'll try and make it as quickly as I can.
Please.
Number one, you remember when you were reading through the manifesto of the APC?
Yes.
And you were dissecting it. So you know what I did? So I took time, I printed it out.
Right.
Then I went as far as 2015 or so, when Buhari presented his own manifesto.
During the change.
In fact, exactly. So if you remember, the slogan was hope or something like that in 2015, and then this one was hope and something again. They kind of fused into it.
They call it
renew hope, exactly. So you couldn't believe that I took room. I scattered all the documents with a marker. I was going through the 2015, the 2019, and the current manifesto presented.
They had change. They had next devil. Now the next devil won't expire. So now the renewed hope is to say, okay, forget about all the failure. Okay, forget about all the botched hope. We have renewed it. I'm on a renewed suffering. But tell me what you found when you were looking through them.
So I was going to there was no difference between the 2015 manifesto, the 2019. It is singing the same tune. All they did, I don't know who is the professor or whoever was writing that manifesto for them. It is the same thing. All they just did was just to fine-tune language. Language here, language there. You understand?
Make I tell you what, see, Kenneth, make I tell you what that I remember. Now that you are talking about it, okay? Remember that when they were campaigning in 2015, Buhari said he was going to make sure that he controls the exchange rates. When people said, no, you don't have that power. You can't control exchange rates. He said, no, he will do it. Then he said he was going to control the liter of petrol and not the rest of the right. So, and then he also said, he said he was going to make sure that Nigeria doesn't have to borrow. But Ken, you know what happened in the Tifnubu's book? There's nothing wrong if CBN continue to print money. I mean, if you need money, what do? You print money. And if you can borrow it, borrow it.
Can you believe that statement?
Do you get that now? Like, what is wrong in borrowing? I mean, what is wrong in printing money? Meanwhile, in 7 years, right, Emefiole printed over 20 trillion, 21 trillion per se for Buhari, right? And nothing to show for it too. Now, here is another one. They said they were going to do restructuring in 2015. Abi? In 2019, I mean 2023 of Tifnubu, they're not putting restructuring. They are now putting it directly. They said you will get state police, straight up. So all the bobo, I mean, you can see through them for those who are reading, but nobody actually read those things. So not everybody want to read them, okay? Reading them will make you get angry, like you want to tell us. Go on.
Let me make it more interesting for you.
All right.
If you read the beginning of the manifesto,
right,
you will pick out that he took almost how many lines condemning people destroying people, PTP.
16 years.
All those things they did, blah, 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 blah. Then I now said to myself, I said, wait a minute, you are condemning, but you guys have been here ordinary 8 years, right? You have even done 12 times worse than what those people did. In fact, like you said, my all the time, the Naira rate at the time of when Obasanjo or Yaradua were there, what is as horrific as what it is today. Exchange is 750 Naira per $1. Now,
I mean,
and then this douchebag, you have the effort and the audacity for how many lines talking about a failed political party
let me tell you something, Ken. Talking about things that should normally make anyone supporting APC to know that they are actually they are enemies of the people, including themselves. They are enemies of themselves too, right? Do you know that? Do you know that since APC this year under the APC Egbekebe, right, makes it the what do you call it? The 7th year that they have been in power more, right? And do you know that 53,418 people have been officially confirmed to have been murdered by terrorists across Nigeria? Do you want to know the numbers, Kenneth? Do you want to know the numbers? In Southwest, Yoruba land, my own place, we have lost 2,170 people to terrorists in Yoruba. No armed robber, no that, like healthcare and all that. We are talking about violence, death in the hands of terrorists. 2,170 people. In the south part of Nigeria, we have lost 3,688 people in the last 7 years to the armed terrorists of Fulani extraction. In the eastern part of Nigeria, the Igbo people have lost the total number of 2,271 Igbos have lost their lives in the hands of Fulani terrorists in the last 7 years. On record. This one is official, not like any other, like those that never make it to the official figure, okay? Now, north central of Nigeria, they have lost over 8,593 people in the last 7 years in the arms of armed terrorists in Nigeria. Wait for it, too. The Northeast, Borno and Co., they've lost over 23,106 human beings in the last 7 years. And finally, Northwest, they have lost over 13,590 people to terrorists in the last 7 years. So a total of 53,418 people have died under Buhari in the hands of Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, and every act of terrorism in Nigeria. But guess what? We are going to start a campaign that we need to bring shame back. People have no shame. Apart from the fact that they don't have conscience, they have no shame.
No, they don't. They don't have any shame. So the shame is not even. It's not even better it does. It doesn't even exist. It does not exist. Second part, quickly, is Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
Look at Nnamdi Kanu. I was kind of I was not just a support, but in addition, I'm not stunned or surprised. You know, the Nigerian government has already shown
that they disobeyed their own court order. Go on, Kenneth.
So you know, Nnamdi Kanu is an enigma. It's like it's a torment, like a truth on their neck. You see, to releasing Nnamdi Kanu is like, to them, it's like, it's not just a problem, but much of it.
I used to think, Kenneth, right, that with the impression they have created, Nnamdi Kanu is a nightmare of the APC until the Court of Appeal said he's free to go, discharged and acquitted. I realized that it's not just a nightmare of APC, my brother. It's a nightmare of Nigeria, including those who are planning to get freedom from APC. They are afraid of a free Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm worried for that. So when you say he's an enigma, I think there should be a stronger word to describe him than enigma in this case. He is a worry, not just to APC. I found out. I mean, you should probably have found out too. Like we will say, oh, Buhari don't want him. APC are scared of him. But when they said he was going to be released, did you see the reactions? Did you?
In fact, the whole place lit up. The entire place lit up immediately.
So you said no like Nnamdi Kanu. I thought you were my friend. I thought we all hate oppression. I thought we all hate injustice. How come you are like afraid that he's going to be free? He's more than an enigma. Go on, Kenneth.
Let me make it more interesting for you.
Please.
Do you know that the moment Nnamdi Kanu, the court said they should let him go and what have you, do you know the people who were spearheading the whole process?
Tell me.
It more, make that idiot they call Malamu come out and start saying it was his own very people, the very evil people among the AP and his clients were the one fighting back. They were fighting tooth and they felt like
he's going to come and stop our election. He's going to come and stop people from voting. Why would you release him? Buhari don't sign agreement with Nnamdi Kanu. Why do they always release him during election? I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you being serious now? Mayegu, let me tell you, Jare. So you think he should stay there because of your election? Are you serious? I thought they said that what do you call it? I thought they said that they are keeping him away for your election. So are you like? And then I'm like, Mayegu, I need to calm down. Everyone that seems to be your friend are not really your friend, especially if your freedom is going to make them uncomfortable. They are not your friends. You know that.
So for Nnamdi Kanu to be free, for now, you see those people, both that a lot of things has to change. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to let it and see how the whole thing plays itself out. Let me go into the other one you were showing on the video, the 1999 question.
A quick one.
The 1999 question. Yes. So, like you said, and like I always said, I've said it is the genesis and the revelation of the problem and the nightmare that Nigeria is. Whether we like it or not, anybody likes it, as long as that constitution, that implant, that evil plant that has been planted in there is there. You understand? Whether people, anybody that comes, guess what? They are going to go in there and they will fail spectacularly.
I actually wanted you to say that whoever comes on, right, we will all finally agree that Nigeria is living on a borrowed time. That's what I want you to say, because it is obvious.
even life support is on life support now. What is going on?
With 1999 constitution, breaking up of Nigeria that seems so difficult, it will happen so fast, but it's going to happen in a so different way that even the 1999 constitution will not be able to undo. Kenneth, I enjoy my time with you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have a good one. I look forward to seeing you or hearing from you again some other time. This is where I'm going to draw the curtains tonight. Stay safe, Baba, and you should have a wonderful day, Joseph. So, thank you so much, everyone. I am so sorry. People said I take my time spending a lot of time on the call with other people that seems to have blocked out others who could have contributed. But sometimes all we are doing here is just to learn one or two things from ourselves, share ourselves up based on what we have managed to achieve, which is a community of those who are not going to take the BS, of those who felt like we are all going to be mumus forever. I mean, you can't be mumu forever. Seriously, you can't. I mean, as they say, you can deceive a lot of people sometimes, or you can deceive some people a lot of times, but you cannot always deceive a lot of people all the time. So we are happy that those who know, and we continue to hope that the number keeps growing, so that one day, you see this BS from these guys is going to stop by you, who are going to say enough, we've had enough. And you can't stop it if you don't have an idea of what they are up to. So thank you to every one of you who always turn up every now and then for the Temple of Truth segment on Mayegun's Diary Political. I don't know why I'm talking so fast, because my time is up. Okay, I wish I could take more calls, but I'll see you some other time. Okay, keep supporting Mayegun, keep sharing it, and one of these days, it is going to be our turn to tell them and say, "Didn't we tell you? We told you so." Thank you, and I'll see you some other time. Good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé.